Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to our members around the world. My name is Keith Ellis, and I'm the Chief Engagement and Growth Officer for IIBA. IIBA's mission is to shape the practice of business analysis to achieve better enterprise outcomes. And today, we're celebrating 3 organizations that embody this through Corporate Leadership Excellence. These 3 winners have shaped the practice or their practice of business analysis to achieve better business outcomes. And for your own organizations, it's really about three things. Supporting and advancing the individual business analysis professional. Leadership in your organizations, advocating and engaging corporately with the profession of business analysis. And advancing the practice of the profession within your organization to deliver better value. I think you'll hear some great success stories today and wonderful takeaways to think about implementing within your own organization. We have a very straightforward agenda today, and I will shortly turn it over to Blake Hegestad to lead the celebration. And we still have lots of time for questions at the end, so put those into the Q&A area as you think about them. Blake asked me to do a very short retrospective of 2021 and where we've come over the short period of time this year. The skills for the business analysis professional, they really are T-shaped, and supporting business analysis professionals who are now called product owners, that's a huge part of our organization. POA was an extremely successful launch. Over 6,000 professionals attended our webinars so far this year in that area specifically. And in over 4 months, we've surged to over 1,000 exam takers. For those who are new to IIBA, harmonization means that every member of IIBA is an insider. They're a member of every single one of our chapters. You're an insider. You're a member of our global community underneath harmonization. And for some of the companies here, it means that ability to tap into both the local and global support of or for your organization internationally. For the members, it means easy access to a rich diversity of experience and being welcomed into events in other parts of the world. If you've not seen Knowledge Hub, make logging in and poking around after this discussion your #1 priority. It is fantastic. Knowledge Hub takes the BABOK and makes it accessible and approachable in ways you've never imagined possible. Take a look at it right after this session. There is such a surge of interest in our profession. You see it in so many ways in LinkedIn Learning and these others where business analysis is one of the top areas of interest, including people's salaries surging. And you'll see that in our salary survey that comes out. But what a great measure is the 12 chapters that we've opened around the world, or so far this year around the world. Blake also asked me to talk about IIBA's global research. How many of you here want IIBA to help show the importance of business analysis and how important it is to improving corporate performance? How many need compelling facts and want to talk to the future of this profession? That's what global research is. It's compelling insight. A leadership series designed for corporate program members is one part of this, who work closely with IIBA to develop their organization. And secondly, it's our efforts in areas like the Global State of the Profession study, which really bring out salary information and trend globally for our organization. I'm going to showcase 2 pieces that we're producing for the leadership series. Both of these follow a similar format. First and foremost, defining what is an area like business data analytics. What does that mean? This is an area that could be on impact or on par with, the emergence of the internet in terms of impact organizations. What does that mean from the perspective of the business analysis professional? What are those business analysis skills that are central to this area? And in this case, we have the guide to business data analytics. Let's really look at those skills and how they're being implemented at large organizations and bring out those stories. And we want to measure those skills as they're applied to companies. And let's talk about actions and what your company can do. That's the structure of this information. In the business data analytics work, take a look in front of you. Almost twice as many business analysis professionals are deployed in leading roles in leaders. Those organizations have 3 times the ROI of the laggards. When you look at the laggards, they fail 2.8 times more often when those key guide to business data analytics roles are not filled by business analysis professionals. You can kind of look at these numbers and start concluding that business analysis professionals are essential to that transition in culture to a data-driven organization. And oh, by the way, for every 1% increase in the use of business analysis professionals, we're observing a 2% increase in ROI on projects on average. It's huge. So I come back to my original question. How many here want IIBA to help show just how important business analysis is to improving corporate performance? That's really what the global research program is all about. What is the future of our profession? What is the impact of our profession on business outcome? And now I'd like to turn it over to Blake to lead the celebration. Thanks.
Keith, thank you so much for that introduction. Very much appreciated. As Keith mentioned, my name is Blake Hegestead, and I am the Director of Business Development at IIBA. I asked Keith to do that retrospective and take a look back because so often we're committed towards looking at the future of our profession. We sometimes neglect to look back at all that we've accomplished and all that we've done. So I really do appreciate Keith helping you with that retrospective. Today, though, we're looking at honoring some very, very important recipients of the IIBA Global Corporate Program Awards for excellence in business analysis. As many of you know, I do want to share some background about IIBA. We are a nonprofit professional association dedicated to serving the critical field of business analysis. For almost 20 years, IIBA has established the standards of the profession through the publication of the BABOK and through our certification programs, which have measured business analysis competency around the globe. As the people on this call know, though, IIBA recognizes that business analysis extends well beyond standards and certifications. It's about enabling organizational change through a methodical process involving the identification of stakeholders, analysis of data, the recommendation of solutions to deliver to those stakeholders. A whole process is involved. The IIBA Global Corporate Program provides the support and the resources that organizations need to build better business analysis capabilities and drive professional development and growth. Therefore, it's my honor and privilege today to recognize 3 of our Global Corporate Program members that have exemplified corporate leadership excellence in the advancement of the practice of business analysis. The first one we're going to recognize today is AstraZeneca, based out of the United Kingdom, and they're represented by Simon Marriott and Russell Mears. AstraZeneca is the winner of the Professional Development and Business Analysis Excellence. It is presented annually to the winner that consistently demonstrates the highest level of support and advancement of the business analysis professional and for the professional development of their employees by providing sustainable training, certification, and other career development opportunities. Let's hear from Russell right now in his own words.
Hi, my name is Russell Mears. I'm lead business analyst for AstraZeneca Enabling Units IT. So we have various streams. We have R&D IT, we have operations IT, we have commercial IT, and we have enabling units IT. All these support the business. Across all of those, there are about 200 business analysts. It means so much to be recognised for not only driving our practice forward, to actually be driving the business analyst profession forward, for not only being recognised for developing our BAs, but developing the profession as well, is phenomenal. I started this journey 2 years ago with the other BA leads, Simon Marriott, Jayshree Mistry and J Tissa, Sarah in Sweden, and to be recognised in such a short period of time is, well, it's quite humbling. We're ensuring that our BAs stay up to date with latest business analyst practice. Well, two main ways. First of all, we've brought into the IIBA thought leadership and their white papers. Recently they've done one on product ownership, which was, the timing of it was phenomenal. I remember they done something similar when they come up with the digital BA. So we're all corporate members, we read the white papers and we discuss them. We also have a community practice event, not only for the BAs in AstraZeneca IT, but we reached out to Roche, to Glaxo, to Novartis, and we were coming together. And from that we were discussing how we were working, leveraging ideas off of each other and doing what we can to make sure that we were at the cutting edge of the industry. So the biggest advantage of building a BA practice, what we've seen, is that the challenging of the value. At AstraZeneca, everything we do is about improving patients' lives. And people come to us with a project, a problem, and by challenging them and driving out the value, we can make sure that we're actually delivering on the right things. We always question, when every project comes to us, we always question, how is this going to improve our patients' lives? And from that, we deliver against it. How do we see the BA practice evolving in the next 5, 10 years? Well, first of all, 5 and 10 years is a long time, especially in the IT industry. What we're seeing is that the BA role is merging into other roles as well. If you look on LinkedIn, I think 23 million people have listed business analysis as a skill. But when you compare that to the amount of business analysts who are calling themselves that by a job title, it's something like 4 million. This means that the business analyst skill set is being used in other roles as well. We see it in product owner, we see it in UX as well. And that's going to be an interesting journey. We're going to see an interesting journey on how the BA skill set moves and continues to grow outside of the job itself. The advice I'll give to any other organisations with BA practices, and particularly the BA leads, is to take a user-centric approach. What I've done with the other BA leads in the business, we looked down and we said, okay, what would we want to do? What training would we want to undertake? Where would we want to develop our skills? And from that, we knew that we wouldn't be alone in this. So once we collected that information, we sort of committed. We committed to the IIBA certification program. We committed to our community of practice as well, and we committed to the BA skill set. So professional development is at the heart of what AstraZeneca is about. AstraZeneca truly is a great place to work. It recognises that we have to develop and move forward our skills. What we wanted to do within the business analyst practice is that we wanted to get a certification program on board. We looked across all of IT and we worked with the IIBA to develop a bespoke training program. This means that in a few months we would have certified 82 business analysts. And this isn't certification for certification's sake. We know that the skills that the certification program will give us will enable us to do our jobs better. And the better that we do our jobs means the more value we can deliver to patients.
All right, thank you very much, everybody. Let me very quickly apologize for some of the background noise you might have heard previously. There was a truck that managed to make an appearance during my initial introduction. I hope that didn't distract you all, and I certainly hope it doesn't detract from the accomplishments of AstraZeneca. Incredible job by the folks over there. Thank you much, Simon and Russell, for putting together that video for us. The next company that we would like to recognize is the North Highland Company, based out of the United States. They are represented by John Fraser, Ross Capel, and Chad Carmichael. The North Highland Company has been awarded the IIBA Leadership Excellence in Business Analysis, Advocacy, and Corporate Engagement. That is a big way of saying that that organization has consistently demonstrated leadership excellence by advocating the value and role of business analysis to their shareholders, to their customers, to their business partners, and by supporting the involvement and engagement of their employees within the local and global business analysis community. They participate in volunteerism, they participate in leadership opportunities. They're huge proponents of business analysis and great partners for IIBA. Let's hear, if we can, in their own words from the North Highland Company, again represented by John Fraser, Ross Capel, and Chad Carmichael.
Hi, my name is John Fraser. I'm the Business Analysis Practice Lead from North Highland. We have over 135 members in our capability, ranging from junior business analysis to senior practitioners. We have them from the US to the UK. Some amazing achievements we kicked off our first Process and BA Capability Summit last year. We had an amazing attendance. In today's discussion, we're talking about what got us here to this day. We won an achievement with the IIBA Corporate Membership Award. So thank you, IIBA. This award means a lot to our organization. It has the opportunity to set us apart from our competitors and execute what we know we are, great business analysis within our process and BA capability. We've had the opportunity to grow our talent, effectively execute for our clients, and most of all, provide value to the end solution. That's what we do at North Highland. We're transformative consultants for a big reason. Our team is staying ahead due to the fact of the partnership with the IIBA. We've had the opportunity to be in the forefront of industry best practice changes, techniques, as well as certifications that align to the IIBA standard. We focus on this because we want to make sure our BAs are better than they were the day before. I think the biggest value that we've had the opportunity to do is make sure our talent takes the next step in their career. We try to build them up, provide them the skills and techniques they need to understand to make the next step to be an advisor for our clients. Not only has it provided value back to our clients, people are watching what we're doing and want to be involved with what we're doing at North Highland. I'm excited. The role is already changing right now. The opportunity for BAs to integrate other skills into their day-to-day toolkit has resulted in improvements in design thinking, product ownership, and product management. The industry is changing for a big reason, and it's a digital domain. We need to be prepared for it and be able to adapt to it and also provide value back to our customers. My only advice is join the corporate membership program from the IIBA. They will keep you in the discussion, make sure you know what's going on, and allow your BAs to be better than they were the day before. Our clients really value the capabilities that North Highland brings to the table when it comes to business analysis. We provide that opportunity to utilize our BA maturity model, which allows us to look into multiple dimensions of the organization to provide value back to the customer. If they have a challenge, we'll try to figure it out. They know business analysis is a big piece of them being successful in their organization.
Wow, that was fantastic, John. Thank you so much for doing that for us. I absolutely loved what you said there. We make our BAs better today than they were yesterday. Thank you very much for crystallizing the mission of IIBA. That's exactly what we're in the business of doing too. And we're happy to support you and your BA community in that mission. The other thing I love that John said is investing in your employees. And each of these organizations do that so much. They recognize the importance of business analysis, and they invest in those employees to make sure the standards and formalization around the practice is being exercised in the best possible way. The final award winner today that I'm going to recognize is the Commonwealth Bank out of Australia, represented by Julie Hockey. They have won the award for Leadership Excellence in the advancement of the practice of business analysis. This award is presented each year to the organization that has consistently demonstrated effective business analysis practices within their organizations by adapting, optimizing, and evolving business analysis best practices and standards, as well as by implementing tools, processes, methodologies, all those ingredients that go into making better business capabilities. I could tell you all about it, but I think it's probably better if Julie Hockey from Commonwealth Bank tells you a little bit about their practice in her own words.
Hi, my name is Julie Hockey and I'm the Executive Manager for the Academy for Career Excellence in Technology at CBA. And I have the absolute pleasure to host the Business Analysis chapter for Technology and the CBA Group. We were so surprised and delighted to receive the IIBA award for our Business Analysis chapter and the work that's been undertaken over the past couple of years to enable us to really realise the value of business analysis and uplift our practice. And while I have the absolute delight to be able to host the chapter, this award really goes to the 700 people in our business analysis practice across the CBA group and our core group of 12 chapter leads and working group members who worked tirelessly the last 24 months to uplift our practice and support the development of our business analysis practitioners across the group. This award is for them. So thank you. We decided to join the IIBA Corporate Program about 24 months ago, and our decision to join was driven by the need to be able to offer ongoing professional development to our business analysis practitioners that was relevant and meaningful and really enabled them to stay industry leading and have relevant access to knowledge that was specific and appropriate for business analysts. And we found that when we're looking across the market and through the learning we have available to us across the CBA group, there are a number of gaps around specialist skill sets and the unique knowledge that our business analysis are required to have. And the IIBA really served that purpose for us and meant that we have not only access to the BABOK and the tools and templates through the IIBA, but ongoing professional development, which has been really important for us. And our webinars, the webinar series through the IIBA resources is probably one of our most well utilised and sought after resources across our business analyst practitioner group. We also see a lot of people really take the time and effort to really look at their competency development and use the competency tools within the IIBA resources. But really the goal for us is the BABOK and being able to really align a lot of our practices and the ways that we work, as well as our professional development to the different areas within the BABOK. And that's really become our Bible and our core item that we've used in the IIBA to help support us to uplift consistently across the CBA group our business analysis capabilities. I think the biggest value to us in building and advancing the business analysis capability across the group has been our ability to add value and to really to optimise that and not only add value internally to our teams and our people, but to our end customers. And by constantly uplifting, we've been able to achieve improved business and customer outcomes and really deliver to a high quality. And that's what I think I'm most proud of as on behalf of the community is the results that we've been able to achieve. the quality and that unrelenting focus on the customer. And certainly from our perspective, the ability to be able to work at pace and with high velocity to be able to deliver on our outcomes, deliver on the projects, deliver on new products and services, processes or initiatives, but be able to get that to market to our customers faster, to a higher quality, and really to be able to maximise the way that we work as one. And it's really delightful to see that the way that our teams work together, whether it's agile and using agile business analysis, or if it's in more of a traditional structure, but how our teams have really embraced our focus on the value of business analysis, what that's meant for them, and then how they've really been able to constructively challenge and work with our project teams and evolve our business analysis practice so that we as a business analysis community are at the table with our delivery teams and our partners and really driving the agenda and making sure that we're getting the right outcomes each and every time, that those outcomes are delivering value not only to our business, to our customers, and that has benefits for us in market. I've mentioned our really strong focus that we have on professional development and continuous learning. We've had a number of different development initiatives across the business analysis practice. One is our monthly development series, which provides our business analysis with access to articles, podcasts, webinars, and development resources so that they can always keep learning and evolving, developing their skills. We also have a quarterly community of practice where our business analysis community comes together and has the opportunity to be able to network with others across the group, share their experiences and best practices. And our most recent one was conducted during lockdown virtually. And some of the things that we spoke about and focused on was the challenges of stakeholder engagement and managing those virtually in a COVID lockdown environment where you don't have easy access to people. And people may not always be working the same core hours or working remotely or at different times to be able to manage their household. And we also looked at how difficult it can be, in addition to that, completing requirements gathering workshops. And again, engaging people and being able to achieve and get the right outcomes in a virtual environment. So just a couple of things that we've spoken about in our most recent community of practice. Other community of practice we've held use as development opportunity and looked at how do we actually ensure that our people have the latest skills and knowledge that they need, not only from their professional development, but also support them into their careers. You will have seen recently from the IIBA big focus on project owner and that as being a viable career path for business analysis. And likewise, we've had a mentoring shadowing program to support our business analysts who want to evolve their career outside the profession into a product owner role, to be able to do that and leveraging and utilising the expertise within our product owner community to be able to provide relevant and meaningful career and professional development opportunities for our people. One of the things I really value and I think has really enabled us as an organisation to uplift our business analysis practice and really realise the value of business analysis has been strong senior leader support. We have an EGM sponsor, Julia Strain, for our business analysis chapter, and she's been instrumental in helping us to really understand and align our business analysis to the organisational vision, to really think hard around those things which are going to make a really big difference to our people. And to focus in on those areas and really make sure that we're making traction and getting cut through around those things that people are telling us are important. But more importantly, what are those blockers or pain points that are getting in their way of being effective and doing great work? And Julia is a fantastic advocate of business analysis and the role that business analysis plays and how, when you get it right and you do it well, can really differentiate an organisation. I really value the support, direction and guidance that she's given to us as a business analysis community. And with her support and with support of other senior leaders, we've really been able to kick some goals over the last 24 months. And the most recent one is re-establishing and uplifting our business analysis RACI, which will form part of our project lifecycle and a group delivery framework structure. And we'll be using that to refresh our business analysis tools, templates over the next 6 months to modernise and to evolve them to be more current day, to reflect the complexity of the environment that our business analysts work within. So, we've had some really great opportunities through the chapter to really focus on those areas that we need to really drill into and focus on, so that we get the right outcome for our people, and that people value the tools, the frameworks and the investment we're making in their development. And the IIBA partnership very much has been what we would call an investment in you, an investment in our people, and by doing that we've been able to gain and reap the benefits of our people actually expanding their skills and knowledge, and what that enables us as an organisation, because it gives us two key things, or has given us two key things. One, that people are prepared to challenge and question the way we do things, where they feel that we're not doing those things in the right way. And while that can sometimes feel a little bit intimidating, it has many benefits for us as an organisation, because what we do is we get the best from our people. We challenge maybe old or dated processes and practices, but we're able to always continuously evolve. As time goes on, our projects have become more complex, they're more diverse and more broadly aligned across the organisation. So it requires a very mature skill set within our business analysts, from a stakeholder engagement, being able to work across the enterprise, but the complexity of the work that they need to do day to day. And they're a fundamental, critical function to our project delivery life cycle and the way that we execute and ensure that our projects are going to deliver against the scope that's been assigned and the benefits that have been identified for us to realise. So we're really proud of what the community's been able to achieve over the last 24 months and in particular over the most recent 12 months, as we've really focused in on how do we make it a great day every day for our business analysts, and how do we ensure that every project is able to achieve the goals that it's set for itself through realising the true value of business analysis and ensuring that we're really maximising the skill set of our business analyst community and the work that they do.
That was absolutely fantastic stuff, Julie, and thank you very much for those kind words. I hope everyone caught on a few things she said there. A business analysis community of 700 people. I sat in a meeting earlier today where somebody amusingly and rhetorically said, imagine how hard it is to standardize across 5 people. Look at what the kind folks at Commonwealth Bank did, standardizing across 700. And that's the type of support that you're going to get from IIBA. Also was happy to hear that the BABOC provides a reference as your community Bible, as you put it. It's obviously a central tool and central component to our standards and to our body of knowledge, trying to promote that across the industry. And we're so appreciative of your kind words. This brings to conclusion our award ceremony for the year. As I mentioned earlier, I could sit up here and pontificate for hours about business analysis, but it's so much more powerful to hear the stories from our own members and their own words and how they're implementing on a daily basis. If there's a couple themes that I walked away from today from our member stories, it's this. It's one, each of these organizations is heavily invested in their employees, looking to make their employees better, looking to develop their employees internally, looking to give them the tools that they need to be successful. The other commonality among these organizations is the fact that they're already looking to the future, okay? They're already talking about what is business analysis going to be tomorrow, and they're already taking steps to prepare for that. And that's where IIBA can really come in and support you on a corporate perspective. Up on your screen right now, you'll see a slide with several logos from several organizations that we're currently partnered with and are supporting in a similar manner that we're supporting North Highland, Commonwealth, and AstraZeneca. It's our honor and privilege to work with these organizations, and we hope that if your organization, and you're watching this, and something that you saw here today resonated with you, and you feel that we can help you from a strategic, tactical, or even operational level, I would invite you to reach out to us to learn more about how IIBA can support you on this important journey. We thank you so much for attending today. And again, thank you so much to all of this year's corporate award winners for taking the time to record their words for us. We wanted to meet in person at BBC this year, which was scheduled to take place at the end of October. Unfortunately, due to the world situation, that was postponed until the end of June, but we do look forward to getting together with you again in person and celebrating your accomplishments over the last couple of years. Thank you again, and on behalf of IIBA, thank you so much for all you do to promote business analysis. At this point, I'm going to open it up to some questions and answers. As you can see, my colleague Keith Ellis has once again popped back on, and we would be happy to answer any questions that you might have in regards to both our corporate award winners or business analysis in general.
So thank you. And by the way, my congratulations. What a tremendous accomplishment, and what amazing stories that we've heard today about building and scaling business analysis capability. A couple of them that just popped out that were real easy, I think I can pick up. How do we partner with IIBA? Certainly there's just head to iib.org/corporate and take a look there. There's just a tremendous amount of information about it. I have one in here. We're a small organization. How would we work with IIBA? I think, you know, there's a lot of smaller ones. Solvera, TA Digital. I remember one of the Metro Police Departments joined in. Blake, you may have a few others off the top of your head that are smaller organizations. And I think it's not really so much that size matters. You've got a community of practice. You've got a small organization. You might even be an individual that is trying to better and benefit the organization. And there are certain assets that we have as part of the corporate program that's going to help you move that forward as a needle. Certainly, we also have a large number of organizations that some of them have 2,000 business analysts, but that's not every organization in the world, and they're working with us very closely, like some of the ones you saw today. You know, but maybe Blake, you might speak to some of the issues that those organizations are talking with us about, just from maybe some of your recent conversations that you've had.
Of course, Keith, thank you very much. In this role and having the opportunity to talk to so many of our customers, you find these commonalities, and you find, I'm sure in speaking with your colleagues and other organizations and compatriots, you're finding very similar situations as well. And what are folks looking for? Well, they're looking for the direction in which business analysis is heading. How is the position evolving? How is the technology and tools evolving? How are people and business analysts going to remain relevant within the position? What type of skills do they need across the board, from soft skills, communication, negotiation, the ability to run a meeting, into the deeper dive skills into areas like agile, which I think came up in our Commonwealth Bank presentation. So a tremendous amount going on right now, but organizations, both small and large, are running into the same challenges. And that's, how do I get my senior leadership or my organization to understand the value of business analysis? How do I get them to invest in my group, in my team? And these are all things that we at IIBA can help support you with, because this is what we're doing for other organizations. We can give you case studies, we can show you research, we can connect you in terms of networking events. We can provide and facilitate your ability to effectively move the needle on your business analysis practice by sharing some of those stories that we're hearing from other clients in similar situation, as well as through these networking opportunities, webinars, and other learning opportunities, which will ultimately advance your practice.
So there's a couple of other questions that are popping up. Can I get your thoughts on, beyond sharing the value of business analysis, how do you generate support and buy-in for the corporate program from both management and leadership? There's a lot of pieces in there that are really, really critical. And Blake, you may want to chime in on some of this, but sharing the value of business analysis, it's going to be 3 or 4 things. One is a core capability that you're trying to accomplish for the organization, and whether that's the realization of the corporate mission, whether that's speed, time to market, it's what does the organization value, and you need to start there. The second thing is it's about capability and consistency and execution, because it's one thing to do it once, but it's a completely different thing to do it many, many, many times and do it consistently. And then the last thing is organizational integration. It's where is that sponsorship going to come from? Who is it in the organizational leadership that's going to directly benefit? Those 3 things are really critical when you start thinking about generating support. Are you delivering the support and the capability and the value to that leadership person? We had a comment coming in from Infometrics coming into the corporate. We're working toward a COE. God bless you. Put in your note here, because you could even answer this next one. How did you get the COE formed within your organization? I saw that question come in just as member, you put in your note into the chat area. So feel free to answer that right in the chat area for everybody else. But some of the things around a CO, this is actually a COP community of practice. How do we move toward that within the organization in terms of releasing times for the BAs? Again, it's going to come down to potentially, if you're releasing time for BAs, I'm assuming you're a professional services organization, it's going to be about quality and consistency and execution. Blake, you may want to chime in on this one as well, if you want to share some ideas. But when you're talking about community of practice, if you don't have a direct person who's then running it as a funded staff person, you're running it in terms of a shared ownership and sharing ideas back and forth, you will be expending probably 20 hours or so minimally a month in that to try to work it and help doing professional development for your team. It can be an extensive amount of work, but the result comes down into the consistency and execution, the quality and execution, ultimately the reduction in flaws to your corporate organization as they're executing on project work. That's typically what you're seeing from a professional services company perspective. If you're working on the other side and you're working into project execution internally in your company, then it's going to be, reduction in error rate and things like that that's going to happen within your organization. It's just a tremendous amount of gain. When you look at something like business data analytics, for every 1% increase in business analysis participating in it, you get a 2% increase in ROI. That's some pretty big change in here. Blake, did you want to chime in on any of those points?
I mean, I think you really hit on the key elements. I mean, it's all about that standardization. It's all about getting everybody speaking the same language and on the same page. And obviously that becomes more and more challenging, the size of your organization, but that's where our resources, our body of knowledge, IIB's impact can really be felt. As Keith mentioned, especially in a community of practice, there's going to be that grassroots effort and probably a lot of time spent in getting folks developed and up to the level that you want them to be to get up and self-sustaining. But we have the tools, and certainly as an IIB corporate member, the resources are there that can help you as you're on that journey, which we know is a challenging one, but we've seen other organizations undertake successfully.
I saw another great one in here. There's some resources that you can point us to that provide standardization to help new BAs, when they don't have a COE or COP to rely on. And what a great question. Blake, I'm thinking kind of top resources in there are going to be for sure Knowledge Hub. It's fantastic. People love it. It's approachable. It makes it super, super easy for people to engage with. In terms of that, and I'm thinking the guides, and I'm thinking, when you look at Babok, certainly Julie talking about it being the Bible for the organization, that is really centered into the Knowledge Hub, makes it very approachable. I know many of the other guides are coming into the Knowledge Hub, and there's a lot of motion to help people get access to those resources. inside the corporate program, Blake, maybe you want to speak to some of the specific assets that are there to help provide some of the standardization as well.
Thank you, Keith. Yeah, of course. I mean, I think the BABOK is obviously sort of the central focus, and by joining our corporate program, we obviously give you enterprise access level to that body of knowledge, and that's sort of step one in that standardization process. Depending, we have a tiered approach with our corporate program. So different levels, everywhere starting from bronze all the way up to a platinum membership, with increasing levels of support and tools that are included. At the platinum level, it includes even up to an account manager, where we're working very closely on a personal hand-to-hand basis with you as you look to establish your community. We have webinars, we have corporate research, we have relationships with the chapters that we can connect you to. All of these resources will help answer your questions, help show you what other organizations are doing, help shine that light on what the future of business analysis is going to be, because that's what we're doing full time, is looking at the profession, looking at how it's evolving, researching, talking to organizations just like the ones that are part of this webinar, and looking to shape the direction that this critical profession is ultimately going to end up in. So regardless of what your budget size is, regardless of the size of your organization, we have a tier and we have a program that will provide you multiple levels of support, ranging in everywhere from the body of knowledge, through certification, through the online resources, the Knowledge Hub, the corporate research, and the corporate portal, which is jam-packed with information to help your business analysis practice.
So Carl is asking an interesting question. With COP26 coming up in Glasgow, the increasing investment shift towards sustainability, how is the IIBA thinking about this field and the role of business analysis in this area? You know, Carl, that is just a fantastic question, because it's not just business data analytic. It's not just it's a specific kind of analytic that we're really talking about in here, is environmental footprint, impact, you know, corporate strategy, moving much more in alignment to this. I think it's a field that's ripe for us to look at through some of the corporate research stuff that we're doing, and that we should be potentially looking at, as well as engaging and having speakers like yourself join us in doing webinar or other kinds of activities. Reach out to me after this event or through your corporate research or through your corporate program rep, and let's talk about this one. This one, to me, is one of those ones that we do need to spend some time thinking about, because you're right, it is a significant investment that's coming forward into some of these areas, and it's a different kind of analysis in terms of what people are doing and looking at the environmental footprint. We had another question on, you know, BAs working in different applications, potentially not engaging with the COP. How do we think we can address that? You know, and let's just take this last question, Blake, before we wrap up. I think part of this is any part of adult learning is making sure that you really focus in on when it comes to adult learning, what's the value? What value are you providing? What's in it for them? And how do you ensure that organizations, that the people across your organization are getting gains when they're working in their particular environment? So if they're working from a product owner perspective and you've got another part of the organization that's running from a different perspective, we've got to make sure that you're harmonizing, that you're providing value to that group. I think that's one of the major issues when you're getting in and you're trying to work across an organization, because, you know, community to practice, they don't have to be involved in your content area or to adopt your practices, but you really do want to have one harmonized view of how to best perform it so that all boats float up across the organization. That can be one of the best arguments that you can use as you go forward. We're getting lots of great questions coming in. I don't know who Galaxy J4 Plus is, but I'm sure there's a name in behind. But Blake, I think maybe we should wrap it up. What I'd like to do in wrap up is just, again, congratulate some amazing accomplishments. I hope everybody took away some fantastic stories from today. You know, as Blake, I'm sure you took away some fantastic stories from today. And again, I'd like to wish you all great success. Blake, over to you for the final wrap up.
Yeah, thank you so much, Keith. Thank you for your participation in the webinar, and thank you everybody for attending. If there's anything I want to wrap up with, is that here at IIBA, this is definitely not a one-way relationship. We are here for you. We're here for business analysis professionals. We rely on our corporate program members, and this two-way conversation is critical. So we are excited about our corporate program members. We're excited to engage with them. We're excited to talk with them. And together, we're excited to shape the profession of business analysis today and into the future. So thank you so much for attending. Congratulations to all the winners on an amazing job well done. And we look forward to hearing from you very soon. Thank you, everyone.
Wish you all great success. Cheers.